This is the 3D model we created in the first video. Now we will use it to build a real diorama. For the base I used a polystyrene sheet 1 cm thick. To avoid confusion, I wrote down on each block the length of the side. I then glued the blocks one on top of the other, making sure they were perfectly centered. I used 3 mm plywood for the base. To cover the pyramid, I used mini bricks made from natural gypsum. I started from the second row, since the first row would be partially visible and hence I kept it for last. Bricks are far from being perfectly squared, so I decided to select the bricks first and then line them up to glue them in place all at once. In order to reduce the weight of the model, for the non-visible parts, I used a combination of small and large bricks. I aligned the bricks of each row with a wooden lath. For the stairs, I used a piece of polystyrene cut at both ends with an angle that would make a flat surface at the top of the pyramid. I added 2 pieces of cardboard at both sides in order to extend the edges of the stairs. I drilled a hole through the top face in order to make room for the LED light. To join the bricks, I used the standard construction mortar. The ratio of white to grey mortar was 4:1. I added water until the slurry became almost liquid. Before it dried, I washed out the mortar with a wet brush. I diluted the mortar until it filled the gaps between the bricks and the faces were almost clean. After it dried, I cleaned everything up with a soft brush. The pyramid was supposed to be hundreds of years old, so I cracked some bricks in order to reproduce the natural decay of the building. I created the first layer of moss using the airbrush. Water naturally flows through the cracks of the rocks, so I traced with a thin brush the places where moss would concentrate more. I used a glossy paste for the wet areas. Some materials, including mortar, do not stick well to plywood, so I added a layer of sand to increase the roughness of the surface. To cover the pathway with bricks, I repeated the same procedure that I used for the pyramid. The right side of the pathway wasn't perfectly aligned, so I had to smooth it out. In order to gain better access with the airbrush to the pathway, I decided to temporarily remove the columns. I used a powder of the same olive green color that I used for the moss to simulate some vegetation. I diluted the glue with a lot of water, this way it would naturally fill the gaps between the bricks. I finally extended the pathway up to the edge of the plywood board. I used dried moss to simulate bushes and plants. This moss in particular was left to dry for more than 10 years. To make the statue at the top of the pyramid, I used a Halloween necklace. I used a brass wire to join all the pieces of the idol. I painted the idol with gold using a light brown wash to make it look like slightly oxidized. I cut out the diamond on top of the pyramid out of a block of epoxy resin. Finally, I glued all the pieces together. I drilled a hole through the base of the braziers in order to make room for the LED lights. To simulate the ashes of the braziers, I used, well, real ashes. I put the lights in series and finally connected also the lights on top of the pyramid.